FifthRoundMovement.com. I just got back from the midnight premiere of The Dark Knight Rises. Let's take a look at the biggest movie of the year. The Dark Knight Rises is a big, massive, sweeping, epic film. So if you like, small art house movies, this probably is not for you. But as far as big, massive summer blockbuster goes, The Dark Knight Rises gets it 100% right. There's explosions and fights and vehicle chase sequences, and everything works. Everything's done to perfection. Christopher Nolan does a great job. It really shows you what happens when studios invest a lot of money into somebody's vision, and you get all that on the screen. Acting performances were all just about perfect. Everybody saw in the first two movies reprised those characters and did them just as well, if not better, in the third installment. And then the two new main characters they introduced, Tom Hardy as Bane was great and really did a good job with that character. Even though he had a mask on, you couldn't really see his face or his mouth for any of the movie. And then the one that really surprised me was Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. When I heard she was playing Selena Kyle, I was a little skeptical because you think of her as being in romantic comedies and stuff like that. Does a great job, and they really do a good job of putting the right amount of Catwoman in. She's not in every scene. She's not over the top with Catwoman, but she's in there just enough and does a great job at portraying that character. Couple of things I would have improved upon, and this is really splitting hairs at this point. Number one is Bane's voice. It's really scary. It's really intimidating. There's a pretty good shot this is going to be like the new Darth Vader or the voice of evil for this generation. Personally, I thought it was a little hard to hear and decipher everything he was saying and could have used a little more clarity with his voice. But overall, it definitely still works. The other thing was Lucius Fox and Alfred Pennyworth. They're so over-the-top concerned with Bruce Wayne, the man, in this movie. And they really play on that a lot. And at some point, you're just like, come on, guys, he's Batman. I'm sure he can handle this. Let him be him and be Batman. But the only other things I would say, and these are not negative, just some two heads ups. One, before you go see this in the theater, go rewatch Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, because a lot of the stuff in those movies, particularly the League of Shadows and the Harvey Dent storyline, come right back and play prominently in this. And if you've kind of forgotten about them, haven't seen those movies since you saw them in the theater, you're going to be lost for a lot of The Dark Knight Rises. And the other thing that I think will jump out and surprise just about everybody, it makes a lot of sense if you're a comic book fan, there's a reveal at the very end that I'm not going to give away here. But you don't see it coming at all. It really works well for the movie. I think a lot of non-Batman fans might just be like, where did that come from? Why they do that? But I think as a comic book fan, it makes perfect sense. And it's at the very end, I'm not going to give it away here, but it's a really cool plot twist that really moves the end of the story along perfectly. And the final verdict is, does it even matter? You know you're going to go see it. Everybody's going to go see it. It's going to make $1 billion, if not more, and it deserves it. It's a great movie, great action movie. Definitely throw some stuff in to make you think, and it's that big summer epic blockbuster done 100% right. So I couldn't recommend it any more highly. There's already talk online about whether or not this is the best one in the trilogy. I don't know yet. I've seen the first two movies at least 5 or 6 times each. I've only seen this once. I want to take some more time to think about it and digest it and really determine what my favorite one in this trilogy is. And then there's talk out there, is this the best trilogy of all time? Personally, I don't think so. I think Star Wars is better because it took a whole new thing and introduced it to everybody. And Batman's been around so long and so many incarnations of Batman. Is this my favorite version of Batman? Absolutely. Is it better than the last couple superhero trilogies? Absolutely. I thought Spider-Man started off real strong and just ended in a train wreck with Spider-Man 3. Same thing with X-Men. So it's definitely one of the top trilogies out there as far as these kind of big summer movies go. I'm not sure I'm ready to say it's the best one ever yet, though. So, until I make that decision, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Mr. Fifth Round. Hit me up on Facebook and check out the newly redesigned version of FifthRoundMovement.com.